All right, so the House of X Powers of X series came to an epic conclusion this week, and we're here to talk about the final issue of Powers of X. What did you think about that while you're over there pressing and pruning yourself?
I like the cover.
Oh my, that's all you have to say about the last issue we've been following all this
I was
time.
just a little shocked that all the X-Men are, dead around her. So I was like, what is that about? So I thought the cover was cool.
Because I can explain that though why they did the cover like that, because of the revelation at the end, of like them always losing. That's a symbolic of that. I believe.
Okay,
But
but
that's
I'm
why they're all
saying
dead.
this is just the cover, and we didn't know that until
Okay.
we read the book. I understand. I
Alright.
mean, you see the cover, you see all the X-Men dead, you see her standing there, and you're like, okay, what's going on?
Dramatic effect.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I don't know what to say about this issue. I did not know what to expect. I did not expect this, and I'm still scratching my head. I've had to read the issue a few times, and I'm still like, okay, what happened? Like, I'm still a little confused by it.
Well, they revealed her sixth life. Up until then, they never revealed what the sixth life was.
Yeah.
If you look at the timeline, it's blank, like for the sixth life.
I remember.
So, essentially, what this issue did was it brought to light, in my opinion, the real leader of the X-Men, Moira.
Now, I will say, yeah, I felt some type of way because I felt like, okay, is she like the puppet master?
Mm-hmm.
And that actually kind of bothered me. Like, I understand that she can, she has all these lies, so she sees what's going on or whatever, and then so she's coming back and getting Professor X and Magneto and all these people and trying to help prevent this, their demise or whatever. And I don't know, I just felt, it didn't feel like a good thing to me. I felt like she was almost manipulating them. Although I understand that she's trying to, save everybody. But she also knows that they always lose. But anyway, yeah, just the progress of the book, I was like, I don't know. I didn't feel good about it with Mora. I just felt like she was like manipulating them. That was just my initial reaction.
Yeah, because the way it looks now, it's like these are no longer Xavier's X-Men. These are Moira's X-Men.
Yeah,
this is Moira's group. Because she essentially came in, and before Xavier even gets his idea of when he first gets his idea of even starting his dream, I'm going to have this dream, she comes in, she has him read her mind, implements all this information into him, and it changes his entire mind. It changes his mind of what he's going to do. And at the end of this story, we actually see that the reason for that is because in all the timelines that Moira's been through, they always lose. Yeah. So that's the big secret that she doesn't want, that they don't want any other people on the island to know, is that at the end of the day we always lose. And it showed like the one life that we haven't seen before. It showed that they actually ended up being I want to say enslaved, but they were like put in like what was sort of like a zoo. Like they were given their own little place, like they were quarantined or whatever, But it was like, and it was still done by the humans, even though the humans had ascended to like they had merged with the machines and created like a new kind of human or whatever. But still the end result was the same. Even with the end of the world coming, the end result was the same. Mutants were put in a box. They were basically ruled over by the humans.
Yeah, she said that they needed to be enslaved, that they didn't know what freedom was, and they don't really want it, and that they needed to be enslaved. Whoever the person
the
was.
overseer, the
librarian.
overseer, the librarian. That's right. Yeah.
When Wolverine was talking to her, he was like, "I put thoughts of revolution in her mind every day." So like, basically, it's coming. She's like, "No, they need to stay enslaved."
And she was like, "Well, that's good that you put. I don't care if you put thoughts of revolution in her head. The world is going to end tomorrow. Who cares?"
Yeah, exactly. So they were shocked to find it out. Like, everybody's going to die tomorrow, and then she was telling Wolverine and Mora that everybody but you two, because I'm going to send you guys off planet, because basically I found out that if you guys die before we make this ascension, then
you'll be able to change it.
Yeah. So Wolverine ended up killing her, which I thought was kind of cool. It was like, all right, good. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Oops, sorry. I'm like, shut
Sometimes
up.
the hood comes out.
Like, shut up. I was glad that he put his claws through her and killed her. I will say this. I was actually a little surprised that she had doubts of the system that was put in place, the librarian, she seemed to have doubts. Like she questioned it a little bit. Like why did she tell them that if you die before this happens, or if we do certain things before this happens, you have an opportunity to basically try to change it. Like you'll go back and you'll have all these memories, and we won't know anything about you. She talked about that. She seemed like she had some reservations about becoming godlike, because she said she talked about how she would never be able to feel anything anymore and all that. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, I was just surprised by that.
Yeah, but her thing, because the thing is that at this point in time, they're showing like the future where humanity is about, you know, the whole planet or whatever is about to be taken into the consciousness of the phalanx. You know, she was, her thing is that once they're absorbed into the phalanx, she's going to become like a part of what she feels is God. And she feels like once that happens, even more going back in time and doing the whole life thing all over again won't be able to stop it. So she didn't want Mora to die before they got absorbed into the phalanx, which was going to happen like the following day. She didn't want her to die before they got absorbed, because she felt like, you know, once she was absorbed and became godlike, nothing could stop her, even Mora going back. But Wolverine put a stop to that, because he just basically chucked her, so she wasn't going to be a part of the Godhead anyway. So.
Oh, then you also see like Mora's journal.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was interesting. Yeah.
And there's certain parts that are blacked out that they didn't want us to see yet.
That
Don't
irritated
you just love
me.
that?
I was like, come on, really? But one of the parts that they blacked out, you can see the little bit of the word in this, and I'm just as bad as they are or something. So I was like, okay. And then I was a little confused because in one of her entries number...
About Magneto?
Magneto, talking about we have lost Magneto. I was like, when did that happen?
It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
So they're giving us glimpses
into
as
what
to
the other books that are coming out.
Yeah, into what is may or may not happen in the future. Because at one time we saw that we see that Sinister will betray them in the future. We see that, and then we also see that now we see that Magneto will leave at some point.
Oh, and in her journal too, them going to Mr. Sinister was not part of her plan.
Yeah,
they did that on their own.
Yeah. They went rogue on her.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, all right, you know, they did that on their own. She didn't like that, but whatever.
Yeah. And I think she said something too about Mr. Sinister started creating like the first Chimera early or something.
And it was of himself. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've seen that.
Yeah.
We saw that. He created the first hybrid mutant, I guess, and it was himself when he made himself into a mutant. He took the DNA from Thunderbird, James Proudstar, and he used that DNA to make himself into a mutant. So the current Sinister has the DNA of John Proudstar. So yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, he's already made the first one.
And then basically we find out that Mora, you know, faked her death using a replica.
Yeah. Oh, and she does not want to bring back Destiny.
Well, Destiny can see.
Destiny can see like the future.
Yeah.
And Destiny and Mystique were the ones that killed her in the other timeline. And Destiny already told her, I can see what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, Destiny was actually killed a while ago by Legion, which was, you didn't read that. But that was a while ago. But she was killed by Legion, and her and Destiny and Mystique, a little background. Destiny and Mystique were like lovers or whatever. So that's why Mystique is so amped up about Destiny coming back.
They promised that they'll go ahead and bring her back, but they're going to try to put it off. Yeah, Mora doesn't want her to come back. She doesn't.
She said no precogs.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, why don't you want that? But then I guess I can understand, because she doesn't want them to see the future and find out that, you know, they lose every time. This is the first time I've ever not felt okay with Mora out of this whole issue. It's just, you know, my initial reaction is like, there's something. I feel like there's something they're not telling us.
There's something amiss.
There's something going on. That's just my instinct. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with my gut. Like
something's afoot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that she's the puppet master, working behind the scene, pulling all the strings.
Oh, but you didn't mind Xavier and Magneto being puppet masters.
They're not puppet masters.
It was an interesting issue. It was an interesting way to end it off. I am actually now looking forward to Donna X and see what happens next with it. Oh, those freaking series. But they'll come out like essentially once a week, so it won't be so difficult. Now, what's going to happen is that we've been talking about it, and we'll introduce the series or whatever. But if the wife doesn't like it, she ain't gonna read it.
You right.
Brody Lavender swooping on down, man. We're checking out Southern Bastards, man. I got the first the first compilation of it, the first graphic novel that collects the first 4 issues. So I'll let you know how that goes, man. Probably next time we're up.
Do you think more broke Xavier? Remember how she was saying that?
Yeah.
That she needed to break him from his.
Yeah, she did. Because he's not even trying to integrate with humans now. That dream is over. Yeah, she broke that. She busted that all up.
What about Magneto? She didn't say she was gonna. Well, she didn't say she was gonna break him, but she did say that he was a lot harder to, basically, I guess, control.
Yeah. Well, Magneto is gonna be Magneto, and we see he's gonna go his own way at some point.
Yeah,
so.
I wonder what happened.
Yeah, they have a schism. Anyway, so how would you rate this then as an ending to the whole storyline? Well, this phase of the story. This was phase 1.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm still scratching my head. I feel like they threw a lot at us in this issue.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just felt like,
It was kind of like House of X. The last House of X left you on a high. You're like, yeah, go, yeah, that's right. And then this issue, they kind of like just crap on you. You're like, oh man, what?
Well, I don't think they crapped on us, but I just feel like.
But it left you like feeling more down than like the last issue. You were really high. You were like, yeah, X-Men forever, yeah. You was like it was. But this one, you're like more. You kind of shady though.
Yeah,
So
I didn't. Like I said, I was scratching my head. I read the issue yesterday. I read it again today because I was like, what am I gonna say? Like, I'm confused. How do I express myself when I don't really understand the issue or? I'm having doubts about the issue. I was like, and I just felt like they just threw a lot in this one issue. So
what would you put it though? Like as far as a rating?
Like a 6.
A 6, really? Because bad feelings, huh?
I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I knew Professor X knew what was going to happen because Moira showed him, but I just feel like it's more of her trying to control, everything. Just let the man see.
You don't like somebody controlling? What?
Well, as long as I'm doing the controlling, I'm cool. But no, I just feel like I don't know. And then she said, in her diary or whatever, how she let him read her mind once, Xavier read her mind once, and she's not going to do it again. But I guess she absolutely has to later on.
Yeah, they've had to rely on her interpretations.
Yeah, like she's not.
Events.
So why don't you just let them see it and let them, maybe with some input from you, come up with a plan. Why are you hiding this information from them? Why they have to take what you're saying as, I don't like that. I feel like she's
not being open.
Yeah, I feel like
she's not being open and honest in their relationship.
I feel like she's manipulating them, and I don't like that.
Yeah. So. Well, I would give it closer to a 7 or 8 because I enjoy the emotional roller coaster. I enjoy feeling like, I enjoy that, because I think it's a sign of a good story where you're like kind of, where you're scratching your head and you're kind of morally ambiguous as far as like what's going on.
Morally ambiguous. Really?
Sorry, was that too big of a word for you or something?
No, you know that. Lord, please.
All right. Well,
how was it morally ambiguous?
Because it's like you're kind of like I want to root for them. I want to say go X-Men. I want to say go everybody and love everything and what they're doing. But then I look at this and I go, Because, I've been feeling that way the whole time.
Oh, yeah. For me, it has not been morally ambiguous. I've always been of the mindset, like, enough is enough. That's it.
Yeah.
I like what Magneto said, though. He's like, I'm not ashamed of what I am. I like that quote. Cause exactly. Be proud of who you are. Even if you're a killer.
my favorite quote of the series came from Namor. Do I appear to be a person who just now realizes I'm superior?
Yeah, I did like that quote too. And then the other dude, touch me at your own peril, or speak to me again at
Exodus,
your own peril.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like that quote too. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it for us now. We'll be here next week. Hopefully I can be able to convince my wife to read the first issue of X-Men. Fingers crossed. All right. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.